Take 29.
Hi, I'm Amy.
And I'm Jim.
And this is our audition tape for My Fair Wedding. Our theme for our wedding is a European romantic, hillside somewhere. We're trying to include a traditional feel, a vintage feel, a romantic feel, and a very unique experience for us and our guests. And so hopefully in this video you'll get an idea of that as we go through all the different venues and everything and show you what we're doing.
As far as way as background, before we even get into that, Amy and I met about 2.5 years ago. We were engaged in October of '08. We met on Amy's 35th birthday. Mm-hmm. And little did we know when we actually met that we lived in the same building here in White Plains, one floor apart from each other, and never saw each other for at least 2 years.
2 years, never even bumped into each other.
So that was quite a bit of coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Growing up, I was the youngest of 7, still then the youngest of 7 in an Irish Catholic family. So trying to move into Amy's side of the family's been a little bit of a comical at times, but it's been a great blend.
I come from a very liberal family, was not raised with religion. My parents got married in Africa in the Peace Corps, and my brother and sister both got married at City Hall, so this is kind of our first experience with a wedding and trying to put a wedding together. And so it has been very amusing.
Yeah, so throughout that whole wedding process since October, we've certainly had comments from my side of the family on what to do, comments on Amy's side
of what not to do.
So we're trying to take all those unsolicited comments to put together the theme that we really want, and that's going to be most enjoyable for everyone. However, through all that, there's been some ups and downs. First with the Women's Club of White Plains announcing they were going bankrupt, but that they wasn't going to be to 2010. And then the Women's Club also having a fire a couple weeks back. So we've managed to get through all the unsolicited advice and some of these hiccups with the Women's Club to get to the point where we are now, just trying to have fun with it the best we can.
So hopefully you'll get to know us a little bit through this and what we're looking for, and enjoy it, and hopefully you'll want to take us. So anyway, enjoy, and hope to hear from you soon. Just wanted to give you a quick clip of the church, St. John's here in White Plains. It's a really old stone church, absolutely beautiful on the inside, just so you have an idea of actually where the ceremony will take place. It is on a busy street here. After the ceremony, we're going to come out and get into an antique car. Not sure which car that will be at this point. Yes, I would love an old Ferrari or something like that, but we're not sure what we'll be able to find. But that's kind of what we're looking for. And again, the church is absolutely beautiful. It's Sunday Mass now, so people are kind of around walking in, but you get a sense of the feel. Okay. So here we are at the C.V. Rich Mansion, also known as the Women's Club of White Plains. And this is where our reception is going to be held. It is, as you see, an old mansion. I love the style, love just the old look to it. And we're just going to walk inside. So it's being set up for an event tonight, but this is, as you enter the mansion, this is one of the rooms off to the side. It's a really cute sunroom, lots of windows, as you can see, and you can see out to the back where the gardens are, which we'll show you. And you enter in here, and there's lots of different rooms with lots of space, little library rooms, etc., that are all usable space for the wedding. Another room, usable space with a lovely fireplace, and this is all used during the cocktail hour. Also, like outside, which we'll go to in a minute, but all of these rooms can be used for the cocktail hour and in case of bad weather. In here is the ballroom where everyone will come after the cocktail hour. So kind of what we're envisioning in terms of our theme. Our theme is really much of that European flair, that hillside in Tuscany or in Provence, where there are wildflowers and there are nice wines and great food. So what we're kind of wanting and envisioning is that, picture the wildflowers on the table, bottles of different wine on each table that will represent just kind of different regions of European wines. And so we're hoping that, obviously one thing that's difficult in here is that it's one pale color. So there isn't a lot of pizzazz or oomph. But, I love the idea of having, it look like, picture cobblestone streets with little cafes. I mean, that kind of look, that French European style to the room. The room is very large. We're going to be having, instead of having a sit-down dinner, we wanted to have stations of food because we feel like that will create just a more social environment, which is really important to us. So there'll be stations of food, and then in this room, there will be a bar set up. One of the things that drives us crazy about this room, as much as we love the mansion itself, is the carpet. It's absolutely hideous in here. This is going to be where the bar will be set up, and it will be the only bar, I think, after the cocktail hour that's open. And it's going to be set up basically just on little chintzy tables. So this area, definitely not a big fan of. Not loving it, but it's what it is. And then the bathrooms are the other thing that are hideous in my mind. And those are down this stairwell. This is a sample of one of the bathrooms. As you can see, very outdated. The tile is horrible. Wallpaper is tacky. Everything about it is awful. So as you can see, this will be something that will be a bit of a heartache, but as I said, it's what it is. So this is the main area where we will be for most of the night. We are going to be having a DJ instead of a band, as the bands were way too expensive. At least the good ones were way too expensive. So we do love the look of this room in most aspects of it, except it does have a little bit of a gymnasium feel. But we're hoping with all the people in and the flowers and kind of the colors of all the people, it'll change in their outfits. It'll change the room a little bit and make it a little warmer.